Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's do the review of this OneOdio Pro 10 headphone. These are sort of budget oriented headphones, and some of you actually on Twitter had recommended me this. Check this out, this does not cost a lot, and you said that they sound amazing. So I took a risk. I purchased this one from Amazon for 2,200. I'll leave the link in the description, and let's see what do I feel about this one. And as you can see, it comes in this box, guys, and in fact, apart from the headphones, you also get a lot of accessories. Actually, we get this pouch inside, and actually two cables. This one is a long one, as you can see, pretty long, with this big jack, and one more. That's your regular 3.5mm headphone, and this also has actually a microphone integrated. And I did test the microphone. The microphone quality is good, so you can take calls if you attach this one. So that's what we get. I'll just keep the box to the side. And I was using it mostly with this one. And if you look at it, you have two ports. Your 3.5mm will go over here. But if you don't want to use this, you can use this cable. Let's say you want to connect it to your computer or whatever. This is way longer, and you can connect this. So this is how it is, and let me keep this to the side. And if you look at it, these are like over the ear headphones like this. And let's first talk about the construction and what do I feel about the same. So first, the construction, if you look at it, let me just keep the cables to the side. It's actually entirely made up of sort of plastic, as you can see, but the headband area, this has some metal, which was a little bit surprising to me, and I won't complain too much because of the costing. And this is again soft. Even the head padding is actually soft. Moving to the ear cups, again we do have a bit of padding, but I felt the padding could have been slightly more. But again, at this price point, I will not complain too much. And moving towards this one, again we have the left and right ear cup. One thing a little bit I don't like is that if you notice the ear cups, actually if you look at from this side, they look huge, as you can see. But when you view it from this side, the actual area is actually a little bit on the smaller side. For example, these are my favorite Audio-Technica M50X, and if you look at the ear cups, these are almost 4 years old. They are disintegrating. They have to change it. But as you can see, it's a lot bigger over here. As you can see, the ear space of the ear can be a little bit on the, I would say, even for me, I would say, it's okay, but again, because this cavity is not that huge, it's pressing my ears a little bit. So that is one thing that I do not like. But apart from that, for 2,000 rupees, I would say it's okay. The build quality is good, and again, the clamping force, I would say one thing that I did not like is that the clamping force is a little bit on the higher side. So after about half an hour of listening to the music, I felt that I had to take it out for 2-3 minutes and then put it back. Maybe after I have now used it for about 5 days, maybe after a month or two, it might get a little bit less on the clamping force. But by default, the clamping force is slightly on the higher side. That is what I have noticed. But to avoid that, what you can do is just keep it a little bit extended and then wear it. That way it won't be that high clamping force on this one. This is going to look like this, and this is how it actually looks. And now moving to what do you say, one more thing is that as you can see over here, this has the integrated microphone, but this also has one button here, and obviously you can take calls with this one. You can press that and calls, if a call is coming, you can take, but you can even navigate the music. For example, when you're just listening to music, this will if you press it once, it will act as play and pause, and if you tap it twice, it actually rewinds that track, and if you press it quickly 3 times, it actually moves to the next track. So you can use it even for navigation. Now this is what I've noticed general, but let's talk about what do I feel about the sound on this one. And here I would say, for the price of 2,200 rupees, I would say it blew away my mind. I would certainly say that the bass is slightly exaggerated, but again, it's not for bass heads or something like that. Excessive bass. The bass is done well, slightly boosted, but it comes when it's required and it goes. Moving to the vocals and the mid-tones, they were also produced very well. In fact, I did not feel that they exaggerated it quite a bit, or even the high tones and the treble tones were produced very well. In fact, the sound stage and the instrument separation was actually so good, it was hard to believe that these cost just 2,200 rupees. These actually sounded like way more expensive headphones. For example, these are my Audio-Technica M50X. These I purchased almost 4 years ago and I still use it. And if you give me a budget of 10,000 rupees and you said I have to buy only one headphone, I would still go for the Audio-Technica M50X. These are so good. And in fact, these actually came pretty close to the Audio-Technica M50X. Yes, the Audio-Technica M50X sounds stage and the bass is slightly better, but this one, for the price point of just 2,200 rupees, sound amazing. I was actually much surprised that how can they sound so good. So in terms of sound, I would say this gets a big thumbs up from me. And again, it's not for basshead people. If you're that basshead kind of a person, you will not enjoy. But this is sort of for the purists who enjoy music. And if you haven't experienced any high-end headphones, you will start to hear things that you have never heard in your music with this one. It's actually that good. In fact, I would say in terms of sound signature, they sound somewhere between the Audio-Technica M40X and the M50X. And if I have to just rate it based on the sound signature, I would rate them as high as 9.5 out of 10. But because of the slightly narrower ear cup and that excessive clamping force, overall if I have to rate them, I would rate it 9 out of 10. I'll leave the link for this one in the description below. Again guys, I also noticed they have one more variant. This is the 10 Pro, even the 30 Pro. That cost a little bit more, but I've heard from the comments what I was reading, that has better padding. Anyways guys, that's it for now for the review of this one. Again, I've reviewed tons and tons of headphones and earphones. So again, I'll leave the playlist of the same in the description area. And if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.